Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Bug here, and today we are back in MotorTown, and I have a couple of exploits for you, which I know it's been a long time, but we are back. So the first one, you are going to need a fairly well-tuned Terror and a Gleamer rotator. So I will give you the tune that I'm using. I will just upload this now, and that is number 96063. Now, I did not make this tune. This tune was originally made by one of my admins, Dropsic, and then it was modified slightly by Gorky, and it was Gorky that showed me this. So thank you again, Gorky, for that. Now, let's jump out, and we are going to head down to Guanjin Coal, and we are going to dump the Terror right here. Let's just get that over the back. Now, you can do this with coal or iron. I'm going to be doing it with iron today, just for maximum profit, and it is fully capable of doing so. Now, that's there. We need a little bit more setup. So, you can do this without a rotator, but if you have a rotator, it will be much simpler. What you need to do is down here, spawn it. Doesn't matter where you spawn, just as long as you get to around there. I almost forgot how to put markers down. Now, I am actually playing on keyboard and mouse today. Not for any particular reason, I just couldn't be bothered to try and find the controller. I haven't actually used the controller since I've been back from holiday, so I can't remember where I've put it. So let's just head over there, dump the rotator there, and when that's down, we'll set it up, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Right, there you go, you can just leave that there for now. And if you want to get prepared, get the underlift down, run it right down, about there, and about 45-degree angles, two of them, and then get the hook out about there. That's about right. So we just leave that there like that. It doesn't have to be exactly there, just somewhere in this general area. And now we head straight back up to here. So this little exploit is going to show you how you can very, very easily and quickly, with only very minimal skill, get to the... why is that giving me... oh. Get a Dasa Harbour run done. You want to head right for that location there, and then when you lose momentum, handbrake on, get the diff locked, then give it full beans, dump the clutch, and then when empty you should be able to do it in one. Start turning there. Perfect. That doesn't always go as well as that, but a few attempts should get it. Drive straight through the water, not a problem at all. Now we can open the diff back up, because locked diff on this does very severely hinder the steering, and you don't need it right now. So you just follow this path all the way around up to iron and load up with iron to Dasa Harbour. Now I'll show you how to get very easily up that hill as well, just in case you do get stuck. Now you can do this with coal if you've decided you want to do coal, then it's exactly the same process, just takes a little bit longer. Give it full beans, lock it into second gear, and you should make it all the way up. Lock the diff when you're about there, and then do exactly the same again. Handbrake, dump it. Handbrake, dump it. Handbrake, and dump. There we go. Fully doable in single player, as you're seeing right now. There we go, now we can unlock that diff. Perfect. Right, now we're going to load up. It doesn't matter how much it weighs. So we're just going to go for the most expensive one. Okay, apparently we don't get an option to go to Dassa Harbour. Not a problem. That was just going to be 2 exploits in one. But I'm just going to hang around for a minute and just see if Dassa does turn up. Okay, so I've waited for quite some time. No Dassa Harbour, not a problem. So instead, we're just going to dump it off at storage. And then we're going to grab something else to take to Dassa Harbour. Just to show you that the shortcut that I originally invented does still work. Now, the original way of doing it cost you around 20 to 30,000 just to teleport from about this point to this point. But Gorky has found a way of teleporting for around 6,000. So I will show you that. But first, we're just going to show you the first part of the route and just run this down to the storage. So let's get loaded up with that. Rapid fire on that. 23 units, lovely. That's not the heaviest load you can take, but it's quite weighty. So now, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this first time, because I've only done this once before. But bear with me. So I've got it in drift mode, completely getting rid of all traction control and assists and stuff. And you want to run down here. Now, hold shift or whatever button you've got keyed to your diff lock. And then you want to put it in 5th gear on the way down. Hold it in 5th gear. And run it straight up there like that. Perfect. Then you can let go and let it do its thing. Now that was all with the diff open. Now you want to... Oh, come on. Okay, looks like I'm locking the diff to reverse up here. Come on. There we go. Alright, open that diff back up. Now make sure you keep your finger right near the handbrake button, just so you don't roll backwards. And then you want to go directly off of here, just like this. Now this is mostly luck based. And are we going to get lucky? A little bit damaged, not a problem at all. Come on, land on your wheels. Okay, did not land on my wheels, not a problem. That means I get to show you the other trick as well. So, sometimes, if your wheels touch the road, yeah, see, I've got lucky, I can just teleport to road, but that's not always going to be the case. So I'm going to show you what happens if you don't get lucky, and this is why we have the rotator here. Now, worst case scenario, if you don't own a rotator, you can always just teleport back up and have another shot at it. It's not the end of the world. But if you do have a rotator, that's landed in the worst possible position for me. And this is why you have the underlift in that position. They call it the cattle prod. Come on. Ah, yep. Worst position. Let's see if I can get it from this angle. I think I've got locked diffs on this. Well, that's not helping at all. Come on. There we go. Hey. That's what you want to happen. There we go. And that is problem solved. And I forgot to put the handbrake on, of course. And we're done. We're back on our wheels. Right. So now, all you've got to do is carry on driving to storage, get your contract, and get unloaded. And you can rinse and repeat that over and over again. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. 5 if you're lucky, 10 if you're really unlucky, and everything goes wrong. It does not matter about having engine and radiator damage. It's not a problem at all. We can still finish the journey. So let's get this over, and then I will show you the old school shortcut. Alright, here we go. Now, as I said before, I can't take credit for this one. This one was found by Gorky and Kat, so thank you guys for finding and showing this. I'm going for a 20 contract here. That's signed, done. Jump back in, park up, and jump out apparently accidentally. There we go, unload. Boom, done. Just like that. So we got 91,670 for the contract and 92,319 for the payment. And that has not taken even 10 minutes. Perfect. Now, let's go over to the sunflower farm, I think, because that is the closest job that I know of that can go there. And I'm going to grab the Atlas dump for this, just to make life a little bit faster. Now, you can do this in any vehicle with any load, pretty much, and it will still work exactly the same. So it was shown to me with an FL1, I believe, or a Galima semi towing two B-train trailers full of seeds. So I know that definitely works. Right, so we're going to Dassa Harbour, and I'm just going to load up as much as I can. There we go, 17 units, done. And now what we want to do is run the exact same path that we used to, except with a little change at the end, which I will show you in a second. So I'll see you at the ocean. Right. So at this point, if you try recovering to nearest road, it's going to cost you around 45 to 50,000. But if you carry on, and what you want to do is just come out to the right slightly. We're coming out about a 45-degree angle from the texture change there. And now we're going to swing hard left, bit of a drift there, and we are driving straight through the ocean. Now the engine has cut out, not a problem, because we used the momentum from the speed to carry us all the way over, as far as we can go. As you can see, I'm still maintaining over 50 miles an hour at this point, which is what, 80 kilometers an hour? Decent speed. Down to about 40, into the 30s, but we're still going. 20. Just keep rolling until you stop, just aiming directly for the harbour there. And we've stopped. Okay, so we've made it from there to there. Now, from about here, it was 50,000, 45, 50,000, but from here, hold up, 7,000. Now, I didn't do as well. When Gorky was showing me this, he managed to get to about here, I think, and it was only about 6,000, 5,800 or something like that. So, really good. Let's go to there, and done. Engine starts up as normal. Everything's fine. Let's see how much we can get for that. And that one has taken around 6 minutes, I think. 6 minutes, cost us 7 grand. And some idiot has left some B-train trailers there. And they have been there since I did the update overview. So let's just quickly get rid of those. Where are they? What are they? Hobber rear, that'll do. Despawn that one. And then, where's the other hobber? There it is. Despawn that. And now we can go and unload. I'm pretty sure you can't get a contract here, but I will just have a look anyway. No. No contract. Now, I've only obviously done this with the Atlas full, but if you take an Atlas and 2 B trains, you can get a lot of money from that. Beautifully done. There you go. 22,000. Not bad at all. Now that has more than paid for itself. And it's only taken 6 minutes to do. Excellent job. Anyway, that is 2 of the most simple exploits that I've been shown. However, if you want to see more exploits, including duplication glitches, then make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned, because that is coming very, very soon. I've got about 5 or 6 exploits to show you, and they're getting progressively more extreme as the time goes on. The last one will be how to actually duplicate a terror. You build one and you can buy as many as you want. There's also duplication glitches for actual materials as well. So you can start off with 1 steel coil and end up with 100 if you wanted to. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But make sure you're subscribed. I feel like this is definitely worthy of a like. So hit that like button and join me in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.